Alright guys, so what are we doing today? Well, today I want to show you guys a special technique that will allow you to create crown molding for your scene. You can use that on doors, windows, but also on ceilings and floors, right? Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is I see people struggling with this all the time. They're coming up with a very creative but not very useful solutions. This is, I think, a much easier way, but let me know in the comments if you agree. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, well we're in Maya 2018 as you can see, and I created this mock room, so we have something to work with, right? Now, as mentioned in the title, what we're going to do is we're going to create some crown mold for this room, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because I see people struggling with this a lot. People do all sorts of things. They take the top edge of the room and start to extrude that inwards, which will create a mess, or they spend hours trying to get the angle right on, cubes and whatnot. And actually it's very simple, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File. We're going to go, actually I'll jump Views here. We'll go here to View, Image Plane, Import Image. And I'll just go into my desktop here and get an example of what crown molding looks like, right? Now, that's this guy right here. That's what we're going to use as a reference. We're going to jump into this view. And we're basically going to follow the bottom black line here. So starting in the bottom left corner, what's hitting the vertical wall, and going to the right and then following these curves all the way up to the horizontal one here. Now we're going to do that with an EP curve. So we're going to go to Create. We're going to go to where do you go? Curve Tools, EP Curve Tool, and open up the option box here. Let's see. We'll just reset that. Nothing changing, looks right. And I'm going to start to trace this. Now while I'm doing that, you're not going to be able to see that, but trust me, I am tracing it. So I'm going to start here, and for speed's sake, I'm going to do this pretty fast. Don't want you guys to be waiting on this forever. So I'm just happily clicking through this. Right to the end and up there. Okay, and we're gonna hit enter. Now when I go in here and I take my reference image and get rid of that and look at this guy, this is what we got, right? Okay, so what I want is for my pivot point to be in the bottom corner right there. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the insert key, or INS key, or insert key, or whatever you want to call that. I'm gonna hold down V and I'm going to snap that to the bottom of my curve, and then hit the insert key again. Okay, so that's my pivot point. Now I want to make sure that it's not too big, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that into my room. So I'm going to hold down V again, snap it to that corner, and I'm going to start to scale that way down. Right, hit W to bring that up. It's going to be in the top of the room, of course, so let's hit F to frame that, and let's see where we're at. The top is hitting there, but I think it's still probably too big, maybe? Maybe not. All right. So now that we have that, we have the advantage that the pivot point is actually at the bottom there. Now in this corner, what I want is for this thing to be at an angle of 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit E to rotate this, hold down J, and snap it once and twice. And that is not yet 45 degrees. For the simple reason that each snap is 15 degrees, so we have to do it 3 times to get 45. Makes sense, right? Okay, so we got one in place. Now I want to have these all over the room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate, hit W to move it, and hold down V to snap it to the next corner. So boom, there you go. Now I need to rotate this back, so I'm going to hit E to rotate, hold down J once again. And that should be 6 snaps. 3 to get back to 0, and then 3 to get to 45. All right. So we're going to do that again. Control D to duplicate, W to move, hold down V. That one can stay right there. Control D to duplicate, W to move, hold down V. Go to the end, E to rotate, 1, 2, 3 to be at 0, 1, 2, 3 to be at 45 degrees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around the room, and I'll do that in time lapse so you guys don't have to wait. Right guys, so I went all the way around the room, and what we need to do next is we need to connect these guys, right? Now the thing is, you need to connect one curve to the other. Now that doesn't sound too complicated, but it can get tricky at some point to be able to select them, and I'll give you an idea what that looks like, right? So I'm going to select the first one, and I'm going to shift select the second one, right? Then I'm going to go up to surfaces and loft. Now that's going to give us that trim. Okay, and I'll hit 5 so you can see that. Now this one is black on the outside and gray on the inside, and that's purely because of the direction. So if I hit Control Z and I go in here and I select this one and then shift select that one, go to surfaces and loft, I should be okay, as you can see, right? And that looks pretty neat. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go all the way around the room, but I'll show you a couple of methods how you can select that curve. Okay, so what we do in this one right here is I'm going to go in, I'm going to click on this, I'm going to right click and go to select, and then I just want to have that curve selected like that. Now once that one's selected, I can shift select this guy and go to surfaces and loft. Now for some reason the G to repeat last command won't work on this. I don't know why. And when you get something that is again black like this, what you can do is go into mesh display and reverse. And actually we can't do that, sorry, because it's a NURB. Hang on. So I need to go back. I need to select this guy first and then that one, right? Now there's another way to do this, which is going into this list right here, my outliner. So I want to connect 3 to 2. So hold on 3, hold Control, hit 2, go to surfaces and loft. There you go. Now let's work our way around here. So it would make sense if I were able to click 4 and then Control click 3 and go to surfaces and loft, and it does. So we're going to go to 5 and Control 4, surfaces and loft. Now I'm going to work my way around the room here, and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, let's see what we got. I think we're still missing one. We need to have one from 12 to 1. And that one is black, and we know what that means. That means I have to hit Control Z to go back, and we have to go from 1 to 12. And there you have it. Okay, so now let's make sure that everything is looking all right. Yeah, we got our crown mold in our room. Now keep in mind that these are NURBs, right? They're not polygons. So if we go into our outliner, you'll see a bunch of curves and whatnot, right? If you specifically want it to be polygons, what you need to do is select your entire crown mold and go up to modify and convert NURBs to polygons, right? That will allow you to then get rid of the curves and whatnot. But I'm fine with NURBs, so I'm going to leave it like this. And of course, doing trim on the bottom is the same process. Doing trim around the door is the same process as well, right? So that's all there's to it. I thought this was a much easier way than things I saw people do. And as you can see, the result is very nice and very clean, right? So that's all there's to it for this video, guys. If you got any questions, as always, let me know. And that said, thank you very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for more videos, and see you guys next time. Bye.